Hi, everyone. My name is Ryan Hait-Campbell. I am the CEO of MotionSavvy. Right now, our company is building a product for the deaf and hard of hearing people. And what we're doing is we're building a case for all phones that you can put right on the back of it, and it will interpret sign into voice. It has voice recognition where a hearing person can talk, and it changes their voice into text. And it basically makes it a two-way communication system. So we are building, why are we building this product when we have many other options? And really the point is that interpreters are really expensive. You know, I have an interpreter with me right now, and it makes sense to have an interpreter for this type of situation. You know, I'm communicating with many different people, but for many different one-on-one situations where I'm talking with a teacher, where I'm talking with parents, I'm talking with a coworker or a customer, it's not always ideal to hire an interpreter for that kind of situation. So that's why my company is coming up with this technology. And I want to explain why, what led me to this point, to build this product. Really, there are many things. I was born deaf and I grew up that way, and it was really tough, to be honest. I wore a hearing aid every day growing up, and I felt stuck between the deaf and hearing worlds. I never fully understood hearing people. I never fully understood deaf people. So that got me to 3 years ago where I decided to take off my hearing aids. And for the last 3 years, I've been fully deaf. And it's been a very interesting experience. It's given me a better understanding of what deaf people face every day. So for example, when you come into a job interview, most of the time, people don't want to hire you. And the reason is that they would have to pay out of pocket for your accessibility services. And that makes it tough for deaf people to find a job. For example, my best friend, Tommy, he's 35 years old, and he's for the last 10 years not had a job. He's as smart as me, but he just has not been given the same opportunity as I have. So the other example that I have is one of my friends in class. He's a really smart guy. He loves school, but because all of his classmates are hearing, he found it hard and he struggled a lot to communicate with any of his peers. And he ended up dropping out of school. Another example is a person who was working at Best Buy, and they were struggling on figuring out how to communicate with customers and coworkers, and many things that were going. I could go on and on and on with different examples, but the point is that deaf people don't have good accessibility. It costs. And so, the world, there's 80 million deaf people, and about 28 million are fortunate enough to have accessibility. So 28 million, can you imagine? It's a very small number to have accessibility equipment. So the point is that this product is very affordable. Our goal is really to become international, because here in America, we're really fortunate. Deaf people here are fortunate, honestly. Here in America, we have the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA. And that law requires businesses to provide accessibility. But even though it's required by law, businesses often don't hire them. They just, behind the scenes, they just don't hire people because they don't have the right requirements for the job, or their resume doesn't fit the position. But really, the point is that they're deaf. But internationally, people are treated worse than scum. It's really difficult. They don't even give them the proper any education, because the cost is just so out of the realm of understanding. Can you imagine having a kid and trying to hire an interpreter? It's impossible. So now the mobile market is spreading, and it's becoming more and more easy to provide accessibility for all people. So if you know of any deaf people that are out there who are struggling, come check out MotionSavvy, MotionSavvy.com. Come and show them, and they can lead the lifestyle that they want to have. Come and show them that they can be independent, that they can get the job that they want, that they can open their circle of friends. Thank you.
You want to talk a little bit about the technology and how you developed it?
Really, we're partnered with a company called Leap Motion. They're here in San Francisco in the Bay Area. And they actually contacted us, our students, a few years ago at Rochester Institute of Technology, where we were all going. And we were working on this project, and they contacted us to see if we could leave school and go and work on the idea and come in and make it a reality. So we decided to move from Rochester, New York, to here a year ago, and we were working with that company. Many of a lot of the technology is that they're working on replacing the mouse, but after a while they started to realize how it could impact the world and how profound this technology could be in many different industries.
Any questions in the audience? Yeah.
So how far away are you to having a viable technology that's available, and what do you need to make that a reality?
Right now we have a prototype that can read up to 500 signs. And right now, what's really holding us back is the testing. We're talking about launching a beta product, a beta test in October. So we're looking for deaf people in San Francisco and the Bay Area to help us to do the testing so that we can improve the product up to 1,500 to 2,000 signs is our goal.
If people are interested, how can they sign up, or if they know people that would be interested?
You can go to our website. It's MotionSavvy.com.
Great. Any last questions? Up in the back?
You mentioned that that you want to help deaf people in other countries, but isn't sign language also a little different in other countries, and how would a sign be translated?
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you asked that, actually. Because our software right now is a training program, basically, so where anyone can add their own signs. That's the idea. So they can enter it into a database where they can connect to a language processor, and that will allow any language to be any sign language to be programmed.
Last questions? All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.